This week on Hunt Wicked Close TV, we're headed north with Rachel as she tries to fill her 2013 elk tag. And then we're following along with crew member Brian Weger as he heads to Manitoba, Canada to meet up with Adrenaline Outfitters and go after his very first black bear with archery. Hunt Wicked Close TV starts right now. This segment of Hunt Wicked Close is brought to you by Cinnamon Creek Archery, the largest archery retailer in the nation.
Sunday afternoon, we arrived to the ranch that we'd been invited to hunt elk on and got here around lunchtime and grabbed a bite to eat. And Ken and Wayne decided they wanted to go out and go ahead and set up a blind. And they came back and told me that where we had set up was some large CRP fields and that these elk were traveling between large alfalfa field to large alfalfa field, and they had set us up right on a watering hole that we knew these elk were going to be coming to. So no nap for me. Ken and Wayne made sure I was hunting Sunday evening. After an early start this morning, we finally made it up north, and a year later, and I'm back after elk. Got my Matthews Jewel in hand this year, and it's totally rigged out. I'm really excited about my setup this year, feeling like I got to redeem myself this year. So we're set up on a watering hole, and maybe I'll have better luck this time instead of chasing up and down them mountains. Well, after about an hour and a half in the blind, off to our left, Ken spotted the very first bull elk coming to get a drink of water. As you can imagine, my heart is pounding. I've got a bull elk laying in this water hole that I'm set up on. My fingers are crossed that he'll stand up and give me a shot.
This segment of Hunt Wicked Close is brought to you by Charlie Gilchrist, Southwest Auto Group.
Well, when that bull came in, he wasn't just coming for a drink. He decided he was going to sunbathe in that watering hole. He laid there for 11 minutes. I had my Jewel ready and waiting for him to stand up and give me a broadside shot, but when he stood up, he walked straight away from me. No shot today. gave me a shot. Unbelievable. I don't know that they'll come back. I'm sure hoping they will. I'm gonna be sick. Literally sick. With the sun setting and the loss of camera light, we decided we'd go ahead and pack up, head in, grab some dinner, and get ready for the next morning's hunt. I was already full of excitement. My only hope was that I'd be able to get some good rest. That 5 a.m. alarm clock sure went off a little early for me. I was too excited for breakfast. I was just ready to get in the stand and watch that watering hole for another day. Well, we're back out here for the first morning of my elk hunt, and yesterday I got teased really bad. I had a couple of really nice bulls come in to this watering hole that we're at, and they sat around for about 11 minutes and turned and walked off and never gave me a shot opportunity. So I'm out here. I'm determined to get one on the ground this morning. We got up really early, and we heard him bugling early this morning, and that definitely gives you goosebumps and makes your heart rush. But sit in the stand over the watering hole and hoping to have something down. We're anxiously waiting. Well, as daylight broke, Ken got my hopes up as he spotted a bull elk just off to our left. We thought he was coming in for water. He didn't want any water. He was headed to the alfalfa fields. Well, about 2.5 hours after spotting that first bull, we had another bull come in. Little did we know it was the very same bull, but this time he must have been in a fight with some bigger bulls because he had a back broken leg. At that point, we decided he would be my target. We'd stay on him, get after him, and hopefully I could put an arrow in him. Well, behind me is the watering hole that we hunted yesterday evening and early this morning, and we heard elks bugling first thing this morning after we got set up in the blind. Of course, that does nothing but give me goosebumps and get me excited and my adrenaline pumping. But we've been sitting in the blind a couple of hours, and we had a really nice bull elk come in. He never stopped, but he's got a broken leg. And for a minute there, it actually looked like he was going to go down. So I don't know if he's been in a fight, what's happened to him, but he's a nice bull with a broken leg. We watched him walk off limping really bad, really no get up to him anymore. So what we've decided to do is leave the blind, leave the watering hole, and I'm determined to stick this bull. With a broken leg, he's not going to survive out here, and we might as well take him. We're out here to hunt, so we're going to leave the blind. We're going to make our way down to see where we last spotted him and see if he's down, see where he's at. We lost sight of him, so we're just going to walk and see if maybe he went down or if he's just standing somewhere trying to recover from that broken leg. So stay with us. It's Hunt Wicked Close TV. Hopefully we're going to get Hunt Wicked Close to this bull elk. And
This segment of Hunt Wicked Close is brought to you by Alexander Arms. Accurate, reliable, deadly.
Well, we gave that bull about 45 minutes to move on. He never stopped, so we decided we'd go after him. Once we decided, we made our way up to him and we found him laying in the brush. Got within 20 yards of him, and as I was ready to draw back, he jumped up and moved quickly. There was no taking a shot at that point. So we kept moving and stayed on him.
He gives you a shot. Come on back. That tree's 24 yards. On the other side, go high. Shot. Good shot.
Redeeming myself from last year, about a 22-yard shot, and I drilled him. He was running off. He was pumping blood. Heard him crash back in here. Saw him kind of giving the death walk a little bit. So we're definitely going to give him some time. And I think I'm going to have some bone in my hands today. Well, you just saw me stick a really nice bull elk. And this guy has teased me all morning long. He came in early. He was in good shape, a healthy looking, mature bull. And he never gave me a shot opportunity, never came into the watering hole we were set up on. And about 2.5 hours later, he comes back, headed towards the watering hole. And I'm thinking he's gonna stop and drink. And he doesn't. He's got a broke leg, he's slowly moving, and he never stops. He walks on by. So we give him about a good 45 minutes. Knowing that we've got an injured bull, we decided that we'd maybe stay on him and see if I couldn't get a shot on him. He's wounded already, why not be the one? So we followed him and actually got up on him, and he stood up and didn't present me a shot and walked off. So stayed on his track, and he was actually bleeding from the wound to his leg. So he's been fighting with some bulls or something's going on. But he was bleeding, so we followed his blood trail. We came up and we set up in this little shelter belt here. And he walked 22 yards, broadside shot, and my Jewel has a bull elk on the ground. I can't believe I just stuck a bull elk. I'm excited. Last year it was a really, really tough hunt, and not to say this one hasn't been, but I'm really, really excited. First big hunt of the season, and I'm taking some elk meat back home. Yeah, buddy. Well, look at this blood donor, a nice 6x6 bull elk. Took him today with my Matthews Jewel. This is my first ever elk taken, and I'm pretty pumped that I took it with a bow. Been really excited about my setup this year, and I love it when a plan comes together. Redeeming myself from last year, and I've got a good one down.
Well, with the elk on the ground, it was time to get him back to the shed, put tape to horn, and pen to paper.
308.
Oh my gosh, I broke 300.
Well, you better add it up and see whether I'm right or not.
No, we'll trust you.
I could be more.
Well, now we're headed up to Manitoba, Canada, with crew member Brian Weger as he meets up with Adrenaline Outfitters to go after his very first black bear with archery.
I'm in the stand for my first ever bear hunt. The very first time I've ever been in a stand hunting bears in my life. I'm up here in Manitoba, Canada. I'm gonna sit here and get as quiet and still as I can get, and hopefully we'll see some bears tonight.
This segment of Hunt Wicked Close is brought to you by Alexander Arms. Accurate, reliable, deadly. Well, day 1 and 2 proved to be a couple of long days on the stand. With day 3 rolling around, Brian went to a totally different area and a totally different stand. with day 3 proving to be much like day 1 and 2. Late in the evening on day 4 though, Brian's hunt and his bucket list was about to change.
It took him forever to come in, but when he finally did, he hit the first bait barrel for just a second, went to the left, looked at it, came back over here, and stopped. And I finally got the full draw on him. He was staring straight at me. It seemed like 30 minutes he stood there. When no, it wasn't but maybe a minute. I was holding it full draw, and then he turned and gave me a shot. I took it. I hit him. I heard him moaning back in there. I'm pretty sure it was death moans. Man, I'm pumped. I can't believe it. I got me a bear. Hopefully we can find this bear tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure we're going to let him lay overnight. That's what Russ wants to do. Just give them time. Don't push them. That way you don't lose them. So I'm going to sit here and probably shake so bad I probably can't get out of my tree. I cannot believe I got my bear. Yes.
After a long sleepless night and up early that next morning, it was time to go out and find Brian's bear.
Well, folks, here's my bear. It was a long night last night waiting to come get him this morning. I woke up about 4:30. I could not sleep, save my soul. I want to thank Randy and Tom, the guides, and Russ, the outfitter. This was a dream come true. I've got the #1 thing on my list accomplished. Now I've got to have something else to do. So if you're looking for a bear hunt, contact Adrenaline Outfitters. They'll hook you up.
Thank you for joining us here on Hunt Wicked Close TV this week. I know that Rachel and Brian both appreciate you going along with them on their hunts, especially Brian, as he got to check off one of the items on his bucket list, a black bear in Manitoba, Canada. Join us next week as we have two really good friends from South Africa come and hunt with us, Miss Adele and Charles Watts from Watts Trophy Hunting. Miss Adele gets to fulfill a lifelong dream on this hunt, and Charles, well, true to typical African hunting style, he does a really amazing spot and stock on a wild turkey. And always remember, folks, go to our website, huntwickedclose.net, and you can own some of the same great equipment that we use right here on the show. And until next week, folks, hunt safe, hunt often, but always hunt wicked close. God bless all of you, and we'll see you next week. Hunt Wicked Close has been brought to you by Alexander Arms, Innovation Unleashed. Cinnamon Creek Ranch, the ultimate in archery. Charlie Gilchrist, Southwest Auto Group. MaxBox, the most versatile magnetic gun rest on the market by Eagle Eye HG. Closed captioning provided by Boning Archery and Insights Wildlife Nutrition Solutions, as well as these other fine sponsors.